Hey everyone, Pokemon Steve here. Just a video on cards I'm submitting to PSA. Now I hope this is not too much dust or cat hair. I had all these on my desk overnight and I obviously had a cat sleep on them, so I should learn to close the door. I think everyone could probably benefit from that advice. Close your doors, because this is kind of crazy. So in my quest to build my inventory, kind of expand this year, have a lot more things to offer, try and focus on niche part of the hobbies and not just like ultra modern or like old cards. I'm trying to really just expand it and help out the collectors of like specific Pokemon or illustrators or stuff like that, stuff that you don't see all the time graded. So this is my platinum bulk, and I don't really like to call it bulk anymore because these packs are like $100 plus each. It's really just like kind of really hard to find this stuff in like this mint condition sort of thing. I've had to buy like 1,000 cards just to pull out like 200 that are definitely worthy to grade. So you know, it's not the fairest thing, but this is just stuff I'm grading. These days I just want to grade like at least 2 of every card that I come across that I am grading. Sorry, I got a lot of hiccups. I'm just pausing the video constantly. I want to grade at least 2 of each card that I do plan on grading, just so if I sell one, I have one more to offer. And then that will give me a little bit of a time. If it takes 2 months to sell that second copy, I can grade another one and then have another one. I get a lot of messages, hey, do you have another one? Hey, do you have another one? And I always wish I really did have another one. So, yeah. Now, back to the reason why I'm grading these cards. Platinum is an amazing series. I think PT1 all the way up to PT4. There might be a PT5. Don't really know what PT5 is. There might be that. But that's just this symbol down the bottom. This is just me for Japanese cards. I'm sure this would work for English as well. There's a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon and Gen 1 to 3. Obviously, that was back in that era. Gen 1 to 4. So I think there's a lot of Pokemon people like. Might be a lot of Pokemon people don't like. But, you know, a lot of awesome Ken Sugimori trainers that are very, very popular. My aim with all these cards, if I do grade them, is to sell them around the $20 to $30 margin. It just really depends, you know, how many 10s I get. If every single one of these cards gets a 10, I'm happy to list them all for $20 margin. That'll be around like $60 to $90 shipped, depending on like just like the price of the card and whatever. So make sure that's in there nicely. Nice Glaceon rare. Great artwork. Really good. And the best thing about, you know, these older platinum sets is usually more of like the most common artists that like everyone really enjoys because they kind of started off the whole TCG sort of thing. So like this is Kamiya, amazing, and Kawayu, and obviously he's been around for a long time. Another great Kamiya. Kenny Boy, Sugimori, you know, Fukuda, stuff like that. I never used to appreciate the artists as much as I do now, just because I really understand like they all have their unique styles. There are people who collect just one artist. There are people who collect just one species. I mean, it's just crazy. We've expanded so far back from just everyone collecting Wizards of the Coast. So Midori Harada, she just had her event. Nishida, just really good. Himeno, you know, all these artists are really great. So now, if some people say like, show me what you're buying and what you're grading, just so I can take it in and do the same thing, I would say not do this. Do not do this. Definitely, unless you already have a store that's like decently big and you manage to come across cards from, you know, 10 years ago or more. Like this is 2008, right? That's almost 15. Well, it is 15 years. You come across cards from this era that are in gem mint condition, you know, kind of like well scented, no edgeware, you know, you're gonna make sure no edgeware, top right, top left, everywhere, bottom right, bottom left, nothing. You can see this card's like virtually flawless. Because you just can't, when you grade cards like this, you just can't afford to get a 9, especially if you don't have that much cash flow. Now, someone like me, because I have so many other prior dealings and I've just been doing this for so long, every card here could get a 9. I could list them all at $20 each, and I could just sell them slowly over time and break completely even. Or even I could lose, you know, money on 80% of them, and I would be fine. That's the only reason that I'm at that level where I could actually just lose money on every one of these cards I'm submitting now, and all my previous dealings will cover my shortfalls. And it sounds very stupid to try and do something that would definitely like lose me money, but that's what I'm at. So I never want to tell anyone what to buy. There was a time a while ago where I was like trying to like put people in the right direction, but it's not the same unless you come directly to me and you tell me what you're interested in. You know, you figure out how to ask the right question. I will try and help you, but I'll never tell you what to buy. I will help you with the item you have if you want to sell it. If you ask me about an item and if you should buy it, I can help you. But there's no, if you just ask me what to buy, it's all different. I can't just go say buy a $10,000 card because I don't know your financials. I can't say just go buy a bunch of $1 cards and sell them for $2 because you might have $100,000 to spend. It's just completely different for everyone. If you ask me, like, what do you recommend a good card in, like, the $100 range? And I'll be like, okay, well, I bought one of these last week. That might be a good card for you in the $100 range. You know, if you ask me, what's a good card to buy in the $10,000 range? Okay, well, these are things that I've tried to buy recently and I have maybe sold in the $10,000 range. If you ask me a question like, oh, Steve, what have you sold for $20,000 lately? I mean, that is, like, kind of private knowledge that I need to use to benefit myself to like help my own business. And I think I think there's like a level of like respect everyone should have for each other. Like understand that like all the information I give it because I want to help as many people as possible. But there are certain things that, you know, there's just certain things that I need to do for myself just to make sure that like, you know, my family is well off. And that's just unfortunate. Everyone would do that. I need to look out for my own at the end of the day. So I will never tell you what to buy. I'll never tell you what the best absolute deal is and what cards are going to go up in price because no one really knows. So I want to help you steer you in the right direction, more of like how to work out your eBay store. What do you think you're doing wrong? You have like X amount of money. Should I grade like 20 cards at $15 and buy like 20 cards for $10 each? Or should I try and focus on growth? Or I only have X amount of time? Or I want to sell a card in 6 months, should I buy this card instead of that? Trying to think about the questions to be a little bit more in depth so then they can actually be answered. So, because it'd be awesome if I can help anyone. I mean, I say this all the time. I'm helping dozens of people every day. It's actually quite impressive. I did not think there would be that many people watching these videos. I think I was looking at my analytics the other day and there's like a 90% subscriber rate who watch my videos. Now, I don't know if that's just like random people don't want to click on them, which I don't really care about. I'm perfectly fine to get 100 views, 50 views, 20 views. That doesn't bother me. My main income is obviously not from YouTube, so it's not something that I'd relatively want or need to push. I just want to try and connect with as many people as possible, show cards off that I sell in my own store. People can buy them through me, sell cards off that I'm buying, give people an inside look at like what the daily in the life of is someone who runs a full-time eBay business, full-time card selling business, you know, someone who's taken a lot of risks and some of them paid off, some of them don't. If I can help anyone and they don't lose money because I lost money previously on something, that's just amazing. And obviously I haven't been doing this for a decade, maybe 8 years now. Oh my God, 8 years. 8 years now I've been doing this, so I just want to help as many as I can and not make mistakes that I've made. I'm not the best reseller in the world. I don't know everything about Pokemon. You know, I'm never going to claim to be because there's so many people out there who are way better than me. So many people I'm currently helping that will be way better than me in the future just because they just have something that I don't. And, you know, I'm happy to have whatever I have because it's gotten me where I am. So yeah, I mean, if you're this far in the video and you're actually still watching, feel free to ever message me and ask me about your own eBay selling or this or that. I know you might think being told what to buy is going to be the best way to move forward, but it's not. Once you understand like the inner workings of an eBay store, once you understand how to build a schedule, once you understand the importance of just like doing daily tasks and you're having someone there to guide it with you, I will be there to help you. And I can tell you everything I do. If you ever want me to make a video on a topic, just literally just leave a comment. I mean, I read every single comment. I don't reply to every comment because it's just hard sometimes to like come up with like that fresh reply because I'm generally more of like a shut-in person than I am someone who wants to be out there. So this whole thing is more of a benefit for me than it is for you because I'm learning to speak more. I've been working by myself for about 4.5 years now, 4 years outside of a job. Can you imagine? Like there was a time where I probably even forgot how to speak. So yeah, this is just some cards from Platinum I'm grading. I love these sets. I kind of picked through like the more popular Pokemon from these sets. I'm obviously not grading every card from Platinum. There are some that are just really just don't deserve it, and I have them in boxes. And if I sell all these Platinum cards, I will be buying them, and I will just take more risks. It's kind of like a category within a category. My whole store, my Platinum cards, there's around 250 here. It'll cost me $4,000 in grading fees. They'll be their own class. I'll remember in my mind. I'll take notes. If I sell any Platinum cards, all the money from grading and selling those Platinum cards will go into grading and selling more Platinum cards. That's just how I do it. I really like to allocate funds to the same areas, just so I can grow every niche. Because even though I'm like selling just Pokemon cards and you think it's all the same, I like to think of myself as like a really big department store. And this could be men's shirts. Platinum in my store is equivalent to like men's shirts, you know. And then maybe like something super popular like female shoes. Women's shoes is really popular. Women, obviously, they love shoes. So maybe my modern cards is more like female shoes and female shirts or something like that. Like, it's all different sort of categories. I'm a department clothing store, but like this is my men's shirts. My other things are my female shoes. I sell female shoes. I like to buy more female shoes. I sell these men's shirts. I like to buy more men's shirts. I hope that makes sense in a way that I can explain it like that. So I never really used that analogy before. I kind of just like came up with that in my head. So yeah, that's the kind of idea. You know, I got like a little kiosk maybe around somewhere that could be like maybe there's a watch kiosk, and that can be like my more rarer cards, because you know they don't sell as much, but the sales are much higher. So I sell like a $2,000 watch. I'm going to try and get another watch to put in that kiosk, because obviously there will be customers that come around every once in a while that want to buy a nice watch. So it's kind of like, this is kind of like my volume stuff, and then you got stuff that doesn't sell as fast, and then you got stuff that just sells like, it's pretty easy to understand. So we're at the end of the stack. Hope you enjoyed my rambling. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. It really means a lot. Thank you.